All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They go play action. Trubisky. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And this time they'll throw it with Vick. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. And he's got Rodgers. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He's going to take a shot right away for the end. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Here it comes. Alert. Hey, orbit. Watch the sled.
Now Trubisky. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that takes us from second to third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Go! 180! 43! You're not ready! You're not ready! Check three! Check three! Check three! Joker! Joker! Joker!
Throwing here, Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Vic readies to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and 2.
Hey, let's get it. Come on.
Vic on 3rd and 2. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hurry. He's checking crap. Now, go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby. Go, 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 go. Go. Mike 51. Mike 51. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Watch twist.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
On 2nd and 9, Vic. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Makes it third and 2.
51, Mike 51. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On 3rd and 2, Vic. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Vick. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 19.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
We got 3.
Vick now. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Tony Pollard, his first touchdown on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken short. Pushes him over. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, are usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of block.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it.
Lock in. 51 the mark, boy. 51. Hey, Haywood.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now... Possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, hold on. No chance. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
A first down throw coming for Vick. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
51, Mike 51. All day, any weapon, any day. Kill. Take four, ready.
To throw again, Vick. He's got Green. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
That's a gain of 3.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Switch gears, switch gears. Check it. Switch low. 51, Mike. 22, check, cover. 22, set, cover. Screen, single.
From the shotgun, it's Vic. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit him, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try to run for it with Cohen, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now Trubisky to throw. Flush to his right. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 36 yards on the play. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. They'll run forward to Tariq Cohen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Now he'll escape to his right. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. He was going to his left. A little bit tougher.
Exactly.
They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Lions will take over. First down, Vic. Green brings it in. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Vic. Rodgers brings it in. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Vic operating on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 40. Trubisky gives to Cohen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. From just shy of midfield, Trubisky, he'll let this go for the end zone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Vic. Throw complete there. Rodgers. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because Now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. The throw on second down from Vic, incomplete. Green once again the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
51 to Mike, boy. 51 go.
Operating from the gun, Vic. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is what's...
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
He is brought down at the 13-yard line. That's a gain of 6.
Check.
Trying to run forward with Pollard. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Here's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now it's Trubisky. eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing, Vick. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. 3 buzz, 3 buzz. Check, 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 check. No, over. Boy.
To throw, Vick. Finding Green complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They just get the play off. Now Vick. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Going deep this time for Miller, and that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. On 2nd down now, it's Cohen. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. The Bears on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. Dancing to his left. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A 1st down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Who's that?
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
9:51.
Trubisky to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Vick. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Vick to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Bilal Nichols in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. On 4th down, Vick. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 25. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset.
It's caught inside the 25. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
First down, Chicago.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 26. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Chicago, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
STRO.